Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be working on the Rotary Miata. Got the swap all done. This is a carbureted 12A. Also right hand drive swapped it. You can check those out in another video. We got it running and driving. Need to work on this top. I've been putting it off, thinking about what exactly I want to do with it. This is off of an 82 RX7. It actually fits on there surprisingly well. It's right along the quarter panel all the way down. Then it sits flush on this trunk. I cut the trunk in half just so that latch can fit down in there, but it's flush on that. And then it's flush on the windshield up here. Goes all the way across. The RX7 is skinnier than the Miata, so I cut both of those down. Cut a wedge in it like that. I can pull these over. That rain rail should fit right on there. Might even be able to put a roof rack on it. A lot of people are mad that I cut this RX7 up. This thing is so rusty. I'm gonna have to do some repairs on it, but the quarter panels on the RX7 were just gone. This is what it looks like on the inside. I cut the corners there so I can pull them over, cut along the front, and I should be able to line this up pretty nice. I have it pulled with the ratchet strap, and these pinch welds line right up. Should be able to have it go all the way across, push this down, line those up, look like a factory seam. Back here, I'm probably gonna fill this in, make it go down to it in the back. And the reason that it's cut out like this is the RX-7 door actually came into that corner. So that's why I cut that out. These side windows are pretty cool. Cut this off of the RX-7 door. I'm gonna put that in there. Fits with the seal down there pretty well. I can cut it, change the angle, make it go all the way down, put a piece of Lexan in there. I'm gonna do Lexan for the back windows too, see how light we can make it. I wanna cut back here. I was debating on just cutting this top part, leaving the shelf and the gas tank, but I think I'm gonna cut everything out, bring it all down to this level down here. Be super open, bunch of space, put a fuel cell back here. Got the back glass unbolted. I'm gonna take these sides out. They each have a screw on the corner there, and then a bolt in the corner there. I'm gonna take this seal out. I used one of these wire pullers. Just pull it back and forth all the way around the window. Comes right out. Got the top pulled off. I put it on the scale over here and it weighs 66 pounds. It's 101 with the glass in it. But a Miata hardtop weighs 50. So I think with the Lexan it'll only be 20, 30 pounds heavier. Got the gas tank drained out. Got the rear subframe dropped. Just need to do a couple more bolts. Take that out. There it is. Got it back on the ground. All the suspension bolted back up. I'm gonna cut right here with a Sawzall. Take this center part out. Look at all the space back here. Cut the gas tank hump out. I wanna cut these corners out next, right through there. And then I'm gonna cut out back here for the fuel cell. Cut down in the corner here. Back there, do those 3 bolts on the bottom, whole thing comes out. Next, I'm gonna cut out this little cubby down here, make it flat like the other side. I got it roughly cut out with the Sawzall. I'm gonna trim it up with an angle grinder. I'm gonna put the top back on and probably cut a little bit more so it's right inside the window. I got everything in here trimmed up. What I realized, I was looking at fuel cells and like an 8-gallon fuel cell, 16 inches by 16, and it doesn't fit in that, I mean, it barely fits in that spot. So I don't really want to have the fuel cell in the back and just get crunched. Should probably put it right here. But I don't want to just put the stock fuel tank back in there, so I think I'm going to make everything flat, put a big old piece of metal, and then put a fuel cell in the middle. I'm going to have a cage, bars on both sides. I cut on the inside of the windows. There's a bunch of different layers back there, but I should be able to put a flat piece across it, make it go to the roof. Look pretty nice. Fits along the outside. I welded in that gas tank cover, welded in the trunk. Fits right along the stock body. Now, I have to do some thinking in here in this corner. I want to cut a little bit more so that it goes to right here, because I don't want it to come down here and then it overlap weird with the door. Other thing I have to think about is how far back it is so that the angle lines up. I want that corner to go to right there. This pinch weld to go in there. I cut it down to that line and I painted the underside of the top and the car so there isn't any bare metal under there. Got it tacked all the way around. I got the sides all done, just pulled it down to where I wanted it, tacked it in, cut out these triangles, a little one in the back. Got the front all lined up. I cut it a little bit short originally, so I had to add in that piece. The top is definitely higher than a normal Miata. It's kind of hard to tell. Some angles it looks kind of weird. You can really tell the angle like that. And I couldn't really make it any lower because it just sits on the Miata. And so I'd have to like cut right there and cut right there, move this whole piece down. And I wouldn't be able to use the normal glass. The more I look at this, I don't really like the angle of the window. I measured it. It's about 13.5 in the front. It's about 14.5 in the rear. So it's only about an inch, but I think I can cut right here in the corner. Cut out those spot welds, move this whole piece down, at least make it even. And also the top, I can make that even. It's about 7 inches right there. About 6 inches in the back. Got that piece cut out, moved it down. All the measurements are even. I think it looks a lot better. Got that piece tacked in there. I'm gonna cut across this line, take out that triangle, just use the rectangle piece. And I think it pulled it out a little bit because it was kind of back in that corner. If you look over here, kind of pulled the top out, got rid of that angle. Here it is all patched up. Started working on some of that rust in the back. Just got to do the other side. There it is, both sides patched up. Here's a view from inside. You can really see those windows. Now I'm gonna fill in these corners. Just have a flat piece of metal. I'm gonna bend it with these pliers, match that. There's one bend. Now I can put that in there, mark where the next one's gonna go. A couple more bends, there it is. Fits right in there. Just gotta trim it down. Got it cut out. Fits in there pretty nice. Overlaps on the bottom. Lined up with the magnet. I tack that in. Got it welded in. Next I'm gonna cut on those blue lines so I can fold it back to the stock body. Got it folded in, tacked up. Now I just need to cut out that little piece. Got it right here, bent it, weld that in. That's all done. Now I just have to do the same thing in this corner up here. Got it cleaned up. Here's the piece I bent. Fits in there just like that. Got it tacked in. I'm gonna finish off this rain rail up here. Probably put in a little triangle. Got the driver's side done too. Really looking like a car now. It's gonna be sweet to have a rubber seal go all the way around. That's gonna be it for this video. I'm really happy with how it turned out. There's still a lot more to be done. Need to get all of this welded up, ground down. Need to build some frames for the door, some Lexan. I need to finish up everything in here, paint the underside so there's no bare metal, patch it all up, build these back corners, put some plates over everything back here, get a fuel cell, and take this thing for a proper drive. So like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.